Okay, so I found this really cool thing. It's a flooring lath. They call it galvanized steel flooring. So I know it's good to walk on. And this is exactly the texture I was looking for. And I looked at the schematics here and it seems to fit. On one side, it's a little shorter than what I would have liked, but I realized that if it was the size that I wanted, then you couldn't open the doors because the steel sliding was in the way. But now that it's shorter, it should be okay. So I think we're gonna use this, and we could just use the leftovers from the cutting because we will need to cut it. We could use the leftovers from the cutting to make the main platform, and I think this is a really good product, so I just wanted to let you know that we may have found a flooring. Oui, bonjour, je serais intéressée. J'ai été sur votre site et j'ai trouvé un article que ça disait pas le prix. C'est article numéro 5976501. Oui, c'est ça. Ok. Est-ce que vous pouvez quand même trouver le prix? Ok, c'est bon. C'est ça, j'ai eu un peu peur quand vous m'avez dit pieds carrés. J'étais comme ça va coûter une fortune. Ok. Non, c'est. C'est 35, vous avez dit? Alright, so I managed to find the price because it's not on their website. It's $6.37 for one sheet, and I need 4 sheets, so it goes to about $24. So it's really a steal. Alright, guys, I'm facing a little bit of an issue with what concerns the time router. I mean, I found the clear pipe that I need. That's really great. The only problem is, well, you see, it is 300 millimeters, which is around 1 foot, which is exactly what I needed. It's actually rare to find pipes this big. Usually they're about an inch. Now it's a foot. That was a hard find, and it's 428 pounds. So that's a problem. By the way, where I found this is on Tardis Builders, the same thing that I talked in my Zeroth video. On this, I talked about this forum. It's incredible. I couldn't find this anywhere, and they just gave me the answer that I was looking for. But still, it's quite pricey, let's say. So I'm gonna try to find other alternatives that are cheaper. Hopefully I can find some. If not, I might have to go with this one. Okay, so after a head-aching research session that took so long, I think I may have found an alternative for the time router that is at least slightly more affordable. It's $69.98. It's still a lot, but it's a lot less. I found one at $34, but it wasn't flexible. And this one, they say you can heat bend our material following the steps on our fabrication guide, which means it may cost more money to bend it. I'm gonna check it now. Alright, so the answer to how do I bend this thing, it's extremely complicated. So basically you have to heat it to 320 Fahrenheit.
Then you have to put it on a seal, a mold, creating an airtight seal, which is good because I need it to hold water. And then you have to vacuum is John, I'm going to read it for you. Plascolite acrylic sheet is heated to its forming temperature, placed over a mold, creating an airtight seal. Okay, so it doesn't actually make an airtight seal. It's just, you put it over a mold so that there's no air between. Vacuum is drawn through the mold, pulling the sheet to it. Once the pipe is shape of the mold, it is slowly cooled and released.
Okay, so it's not that complicated. You put it on a mold, you use a vacuum to remove all the air, and then once it's cooled, you remove it. Okay. So I'm gonna have to find a way to seal it. And also, I definitely can't do this at home, so I may have to call again to know how I do this. Okay, so this series is all about making sacrifices, and I think I realize now that I was wrong to start with. It's not really possible to make a time rotor. I can't say that word. Time rotor. I don't know. Time rotor. I'm gonna say time rotor anyway. It's impossible to make a time rotor that is clear and 1 foot in diameter and that is cheap. That is just impossible. I can't do it. I can't find anything that is cheap. And if I want to build this, it's got to be cheap because I don't have a lot of money. So the result means that I'm gonna have to have a smaller centerpiece. Now, that does not mean that the whole centerpiece has to be smaller, but I'm thinking instead of one big tube, I could have a bunch of smaller tubes that have water in it, that have water in them. I think that could be interesting as a centerpiece. I don't know. I'm gonna start searching for it. Alright, so I found one here that's 8 pounds and it's 50 millimeters, so that's 5 centimeters. I use centimeters. I don't know how much that is in inches, but I'm thinking we have one in the middle and 3 around it, so that makes 4, so that gives a total of 40 pounds, which, oh, wait a second. Oh god, okay, it's $65 still, but it's a lot cheaper than the 400 pounds we had first. So I'm thinking we could have this as a time rotor. I'm thinking this. I'm not sure yet though, but that would be so much easier. Now that I think about it, so much cooler too than just one big. Okay, look. The more I think about it, the more I think it should be like that. Because if there's 4 tubes like that, like one in the middle and then 3 around, first that makes a more intricate center, so it's much cooler. 2, it makes sense because that would actually align with the dematerialization circuit. It looks like this, the dematerialization circuit. So we could just say that each bit here makes the bubbles in one of the tubes. So it would be more intricate, more canon, and it would save so much water and money. So I think if we don't go for that, we're gonna go for a cheaper option. And maybe a less intricate version, maybe not the middle part, or smaller tubes, something like that, but this is just perfect. Alright, so I think we pretty much got the tricky bits now, because everything that's left is basically either made of cardboard, wood, posters, water, of course, or it's on the console. And the console, we're not gonna work on that yet. So the big problems were the metal sheets and the time rotor, and I think we got that today. What I'm gonna need next is, first of all, find a way to make cardboard Roman/Greek pillars. This is gonna be tricky. Also, I'm gonna have to start designing the floors, walls, and ceilings. That's all gonna be in cardboard. And then, oh, there's the doors. I saw an image in the Tardis instruction manual that showed, wait, I'm just gonna find it. It showed basically the inside of the current Tardis with the 3 doors. It said there was 3 doors, and it showed this image. And if you can look correctly, if you see correctly, it's a bit blurry. Alright, it's hard to see, but basically, the entrance is made of 3 doors, so it looks like the TARDIS itself is accessed through the back wall of the police box. But what I was thinking was to have 3 police box doors just like this, but instead of having them like that, we would have them on 3 different corners. So it looks like the console room is made inside the box, like the box was split up fit the console room. And the last door would be a metal door to the rest of the TARDIS. So it's a lot of wood structures that are left, cardboard, and then there's all the mechanical stuff that is gonna happen on the console, mainly lights, and the dematerialization lever activating the bubbles. For the bubbles, actually, I think I could maybe be able to find something in a fish store, a pet store. You could find some things for aquariums that make bubbles. That's gonna be fine. I think, yeah, we could easily fit this entire budget into $1,000. I think it is easily achievable, a $1,000 goal, which is a lot cheaper than a lot of other TARDISes that I've seen. There's DW 2012's TARDIS that costed £2,000. It should be quite straightforward. I think we may have ourselves a TARDIS. I think we may have ourselves a TARDIS inside a $1,000 margin. That is great. I actually thought it would cost way more. Oh god, okay, I'm starting to ramble. I'm sorry. I'm just too excited. Okay, so to wrap up what we did today, we found where we can buy our metal sheets, which are extremely cheap, by the way. I'm surprised. We redesigned the time router so that we can have smaller tubes in it, multiple smaller tubes instead of one big one that costs so much less, and we managed to fit the entire TARDIS interior in a $1,000 margin. I think that is pretty good, if you ask me. So yeah, this video, as you've seen, was actually edited as a difference from the previous one, because now I'm actually gonna edit my videos. So also, one interesting thing, I'm wearing the same things. You know why? Because I did this video right after the previous one. Yeah, I found out everything surprisingly quickly. I've gotta say, the TARDIS Builders Forum, a lot of help. I would never have done it without them. The time router was so time consuming, but I found the website for thanks to the TARDIS Builders thing, so that's amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find out the shipping cost of the tubes and see, maybe I'm gonna find something a bit cheaper, but $65 is still quite cheap for what I'm trying to achieve. So yeah, I'm pretty proud. It was a productive day, and I hope you liked this video. I certainly did, I mean, that's for sure. And I'm gonna link again some references that I used in the description if you want to build along with me. I don't know, you decide. Yeah, see ya.